Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sal, for that wonderful interview with our Stardew runner, which is going to be the run coming up next. I am Star1X9. I am your host, and this is Completithon 2025. We are raising money for Girls Make Games. I just want to bring a quick update here. We actually have a brand new bid war that just opened. So for folks, if you want to hit ! donate, when you hit our Tiltify page, you'll be able to participate in a poll. So go ahead for level head. You can choose what color we're going to be using for the main character. Your options are gold, green, blue, and fuchsia. Chat if you want to chip in from my favorite. Fuchsia is a cute color. But the important thing to know here is it's a rolling bid war, meaning that every time that there is a new winner, our runner Sam is going to have to stop and change to the next color. So, hey, if we want to make things a little bit chaotic, let's mix up some of the colors. And a good thing to know with Tiltify, it's always going to be a kind of 2-for-1 with any of your donations, because we're also working towards our Metroid Dread bonus boss rush milestone, and that's just a little more than $100 away. Chat, I believe in you. But it's Friday night. We're getting cozy. We're about ready to head down to the farm. I can't think of a better way to start my weekend than a Stardew Valley run, or I guess 26 Stardew Valley runs in a row. Zach, actually, I would love you to kind of take things over and show me how it is done.
Hello, yes. Welcome to Stardew Valley. Glitches every percent. This is, as Star just mentioned, we're going to run through a bunch of Stardew runs, all of the main category, single player, unseated, glitched runs. So we're really going to get all the glitches in there, completely the unrestricted version of all of these runs, and run them all back to back to back. As I get this file set up, though, I am going to toss it over to my commentator, who's actually on the opposite end of the glitches spectrum of Stardew, a wonderful vanilla runner. If you'd like to give yourself a little intro.
Yeah, hi everyone. I go by Leela here on Twitch. And as Zachary said, I primarily do vanilla Stardew Valley speedruns. So I'm super excited to have a chance to be a part of these super cool, very clever and creative glitched runs tonight. I'm really excited for y'all to see them. If you've seen Stardew Valley speedruns before, these might look a little different. So you might see some late game items that we usually don't have access to in speedruns. Seeing a lot of buffs to make the character go faster. And yeah, it'll be great.
Right. So yeah, with a little bit of an intro out of the way, we're gonna get our glitch setup started right there. We're gonna give ourselves just like a completely normal name. And we're gonna start off with completing the community center, which is kind of the main main quest of Stardew. It's got some RPG elements. This is kind of your big save the town quest, and we're gonna knock that out here in a couple minutes. So I'm gonna give us a countdown, and when I hit this OK button is when time starts, and we're just gonna start burning through all these runs. So we'll kick it off in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So first
Good
thing,
luck.
thank you. First thing is that's a little different in the glitches runs is we actually watch the intro cutscene, or at least a little bit of it, to get some items spawned in. But Leela, I might toss it over to you to give a little explanation of like what the community center is in game and what I'm going to be doing to complete it here, or at least the parts of it that I actually have to do.
Yeah, so as Zachary consumes their mini buffs here, so with the community center, it kind of requires all aspects of gameplay. So you typically have to do fishing, foraging, mining, farming. But what you're gonna see here is they're just gonna go ahead and get the nice big backpack so they can load it up with donations to the community center. And then they're just gonna warp right home and check the mail. And as you can see, their inventory is full of everything. Full of the first set of things that they're going to be turning in here. So you can see they have a ton of forageables, all the spring, summer, and fall forageables. And as you can see, they're like buffed up, so they're going super fast as they turn everything in here, just that easily.
Yeah. So, like Lila mentioned, we're pretty much just doing the turn in all the fetch quest items to the community center part of this.
Yeah.
So there's 6 rooms in here. The first one's for various foraging items that you find on the ground places, or chop trees, break apart stones, whatever it may be. So we are going to donate all of those, move on up to the pantry room, which is kind of the farming focused area. There's also a fish tank for the fishing part of the game. There's a bulletin board where various different NPCs have little like quests that they've posted that gives them friendship. And a boiler room on the far right that we're actually panning over to, you can see now. That's the various things that you get out of the mines, either drops from monsters or resources that you get there. And then the vault in the top right, which is just money. That's the money bundle, or room rather. So I'm gonna let these cutscenes play out before, or the moving around. Okay, looks like we're done. Because there is a possibility I soft lock if I move into the bus stop map here while the screen is still moving around. We can do that when the cutscenes are playing. You see it a lot more in the glitchless speedruns. Well, you see it a lot here, but you see a more normal version of it in the glitchless speedruns of animation canceling, which is a developer tool that was just kind of like left in there, we think, in the code, but it lets you get out of an animation, as the name kind of states, and it returns your character to a default state, and we use that here to let us move around the community center while cutscenes are happening. Which you can actually do in glitchless runs as well. Not a glitch, apparently. It's just been like that, and it will, I guess, continue being like that. Those ones, can also do the same thing. But we're going to get a lot of these animations overlapping here. Those are going to keep playing.
Yeah, so
Yeah, good.
one of the things that's a little bit different is typically you don't have a mailbox full of everything you need back at home. So even if you are canceling out of those animations going from room to room, usually you aren't, well, first of all, usually you wouldn't have like the warp wand to take you home. But you also wouldn't be like going all the way back home. So usually you're just kind of canceling out to quickly get from room to room. So it is kind of like an extra thing that they have to navigate in this run, is making sure that when they are canceling out of these animations and like going all over the map, really, that, like they said, they don't soft lock.
Yeah.
I was about to ask what kind of made you whoosh away, but you said that's like a warp wand?
Yes, that is the return scepter. So that's a late game item. Once you open up the sewers by completing so much of the museum, you can get down there and buy it for 2 million gold. And instead, we just kind of put in our name that it spawns in the tool called the Return Scepter with its item ID. You can actually see it right there, T Return Scepter, right at the top. And that lets us warp back home whenever we feel like it. So this is actually coming up on the first run of many here. But now the community center is completed.
Woo.
I'm going to let enough
We saved the town.
We saved the town.
GG. Wow, so good.
We've
Easy.
repaired everything in the community center. The town's gonna love us. But we've got many different variations of reality to get to after this cutscene wraps up. I will exit out, and we will start queuing up our first marriage run. We're gonna have a little bit of a short marriage block here. We're gonna kind of flip-flop back and forth between those. I'll try to keep it somewhat coherent on various different runs we're doing, but we're going to do a slight variation on the glitch setup we've got here. So I'm going to do the usual, show that this is unseeded. I'm going to mark that it's legacy RNG, even though that doesn't really matter. You'll notice we're putting our paste into the favorite thing box instead of the name. So to give like just a little bit of what was going on there, in the previous run, when Robin said her name in this opening cutscene, it spawned in a few of the things and then we got out of there. We're instead waiting for her to say the farm name here, which we set as %favorite, of course, normal farm name. And that kind of references the thing we put in our favorite thing, which is, the big long 1800 line paste that we pasted in as our name previously. Now it's our favorite thing. We're gonna kind of like the Return Scepter, go see some other late game items here as we get ready to marry Alex. We're going to go through all the bachelors, kind of 3, and then we're going to bounce back to something else, and we'll do 3 more. Eventually get to the bachelorettes in between things, but we're going to go to the island, which is kind of a late game area after you beat the community center, so that's kind of apropos, I suppose. Grab
Yeah,
those
fitting.
tickets. Go here. We're going to meet Leo, who normally you wouldn't see in any of these categories, but I guess we're going to see a lot of him. 12 times, actually. More than that. 13. We'll see him during the boat run, too. Skip out of that cutscene. I almost forgot. Warp back to the center of the island.
Yeah, why run to the center of the island when you can just warp there?
Yeah, that would take so long. And for the Alex marriage, at the very least, he will actually leave his house on time in a way that this will kind of matter. Some of the other people, like Elliot, who we'll see next, we're going to do some waiting around, standing outside of his house, metaphorically holding a boombox, waiting for him to come say hi to us.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your boombox song then if you're trying to win over Elliot?
Oh, that's a good question. What do we think
Ooh.
Elliot's into for music? Probably like some soft
Oh,
jazz or
like a-
something. What do you think?
Yeah, that's so good. I was gonna say like a ballad, but I feel like jazz is so good for Elliot. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that.
So we did all of that. We spawned in all 130 of the golden walnuts, as well as some key gems to get into that kind of the last big thing that you unlock in the game, which is Key's walnut room there. And we bought Key to the Town. Now, technically, you can inject that through the mail. The reason we're doing this glitch setup a little differently is we don't want that giant 1800 line paste to be on our name. And we'll see that when we get to this marriage cutscene at the end of this Alex marriage run. Lewis, the town mayor who does the marriage ceremony, he says your name about 4 times, and I would have to spam click through that giant name all 4 of those times in every single one of these marriage runs if we did that. So that's why we're doing the thing where we reference the favorite thing from the farm name and get Robin to say that. And the reason we don't put it directly in the farm name is because that's how my operating system will try and save the file. And if it's that long, it will simply refuse to do that, and the game will crash if I try and put it in the farm name. So we're trying to
We're
get
not doing
around.
crash percent.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully not.
I'm doing my
So
best
we're
to
doing
avoid
the other
that.
percents, not crash percent. Got
No, we don't actually have one of those, sadly. It's a real missed opportunity for the meme categories. But standard
And for
marriage-
anyone,
Good.
oh, I was just gonna say, if anyone didn't catch what Zachary just did in the walnut room was they got Key to the Town.
Mhm.
So usually you would be stuck waiting outside till like 8 or 9 a.m. depending on whose house for someone to wake up. But they were able to go straight in. They were waiting by the door because they had that Key to the Town. So that's going to be part of all these runs. And then you can see now they're just spamming their beloved with tea.
Yeah, the starter up tea
And
is
yeah, there you go.
basically gives 1 out of the 10 hearts of friendship that we need. So we got Alex up to 8 hearts, gave him a bouquet so that he would start dating us, and then we gave him 2 more to get the final 2 hearts so that he's at full 10 hearts. And we're just going to camp out here in the middle of town while we wait for our house to upgrade. We're going to hear a little ding. That's the achievement for moving on up, our house upgrade. And now that we are at full hearts and our house is upgraded, we can now go propose to Alex, who we've been camping outside of his house. We've got this mermaid pendant just injected into our inventory. We're going to give that to him right here at 6:10, right as he gets up for the day. He says, that sounds great. I'll plan the wedding. I'll do everything for you, and see you in 3 days. So we're going to go back to our nice big house, move the bed right by the door speedrunner style, and sleep for 3 days. The fastest way to get things to happen in Stardew Valley speedruns. Probably the most important tech is just sleep and wait for a thing to happen.
Yeah, even in the glitched runs, you gotta get the bed right by the door.
I'm not walking all the way to the corner of the house. Absolutely.
No,
I can reach across the whole
absolutely
house.
not.
I did set my name as Alex, so you saw it like show up like 3 times there, and I think another one right here. Yep, Alex and Alex. Now kiss. And that's our first marriage
Ooh.
run.
Aw, congratulations on your nuptials.
Thank you. Marnie is so excited for us. We get to see Marnie cheering as the marriage cutscene in so many times,
Yeah.
and it makes me so happy every single time.
She really keeps up the energy, you know?
She every single time, all 12 of these, she is the most excited person you can imagine.
I mean, for 12 weddings, you really gotta like keep that energy up.
Absolutely. So, we're gonna run a variation of that back for Elliot. Same thing. We're gonna pick Four Corners Farm just because the house is pretty close to the top of the farm to run up to Robin's. Not that that matters, because we're gonna see as soon as we get all of our stuff, we're gonna head down to the beach to see Elliot, and then we gotta wait outside his house until like 11:30, I think, roughly.
I'm sure you'll be able to find something to occupy yourself as you wait.
Yeah, I'll find some enrichment for my enclosure.
Enrichment.
Show off some other Stardew tech that we don't especially need in this run, but you know, it's a good time for a little glitchless / vanilla tech demo.
Yeah. So once again, just like the Alex run, they're getting buffed up and going straight to Ginger Island. 1 minute into a new save, really normal style.
Yeah, we get our
Scaring
first achievement
Leo.
immediately. Scare Leo, so that he runs up to his
Immediately.
little house. Get
Yep.
some tents that are conveniently here. Like this is not like any sort of glitch thing. Those are just a very convenient routing thing that we get exactly the amount of tents we need. They're always just there when you get to the island in the latest major version.
Yeah, and that's like one of the things I'm thinking about when I say these runs are so clever, because it's like you could spawn in tents, sure, but the tents are right there. And so you just warp to the beach and then you grab the tents that the game already makes available for you. So it's like a really fun combination of spawning in things that are needed, but then also taking advantage of like what the game has already built in, which I think is like super fun and cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like the glitch run, we get to really skip by the flow part of a marriage run, which is 3 times on a birthday week, going and giving someone a loved gift. These Star Drop Tea, just normal style, they're very slow to get, so you don't really see them. Even in like perfection runs, it doesn't end up being that fast to get a bunch of those and use them. Some challenge runs have uses for them, but it gives you, like I said, 1 of the 10 full hearts you need. But we can just spawn that in, and they don't count as like for the gift tally. You can only give 1 gift per day and a total of 2 per week. So those, just even unglitches style, you can just give as many of those as you happen to have. So we spawn in as many of them as we feel like we need, and can skip by the sleeping and waiting for weeks to go by.
Yeah. So like Zachary said, if I were doing this in like a vanilla run, I would have that limit of 2 gifts per week. And so I would basically gift them twice, and then I would have to sleep for 5 days and wait to hit that gate of like a new week. And then I could gift them twice, and then I would have to sleep. Or like wait till a birthday or a special event when I could get like friendship multipliers. So this way they're able to just spam them with tea and go from 0 to 10 hearts just that easily.
Yeah. So we do have Key to the Town, which lets us get into buildings whenever we feel like it, for the most part. Key to the Town has a few weird limitations, but we can't get into people's rooms because we don't have the friendship with either Robin or Demetrius to be able to get into their bedroom. So we just wait for them to come out. And you'll notice I am blocking the way, which you'd maybe think could be slower, but I know this is something that people will even do in their casual runs, is you can stand in front of an NPC and they will eventually like get mad and they will move through you at a faster speed. I know like people will do it where they're actually going to walk right by it here. We'll block Pam's door here with a chair so that when she goes out for the day to go to the bus to let you go to the desert, she'll end up getting there faster. So that's kind of what we're doing there, is we just stand in front of their door at like 7:30 a.m. waiting for them to come out. I'm going to throw it over if our host Star has any announcements, because like I said, we've got to wait like about 2 to 3 minutes here. It's like 2 in-game hours for Elliot to come out of his house, because like I said, we have no hearts of friendship with him yet. So we got to wait for him to just show up at like 11:30, and I'm going to do some clay farming here on the beach. If you have any announcements in the meantime.
Yeah, of course. Actually, before that, mind if I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Is there a like reason why you do the marriages in a specific order, or is it just like your favorite like characters first?
It is the order there on the SRC boards. I just grabbed them directly off of there. I did split them up a little bit and put them into smaller blocks
Yeah.
because doing them all at
Okay.
once
Okay.
can, not enough variety in that. But it is just the bachelors alphabetically and then the bachelorettes alphabetically, and then
Okay.
my dear beloved Krobus towards the very end.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I have to know then who is your favorite? Like, who's your favorite bachelor, bachelorette, like respectively?
That's I don't know if I have a favorite. Krobus is not like you don't marry him, but you can get him to you can roommate him and he'll come live in your house, and he's an adorable little shadow creature, and I love him very much. So he's up there. Of the more traditional actual marriage ones, no, Abigail's pretty good. Harvey I kind of like. He's kind of a little dork, but he's endearing. I don't know. Hard to pick.
He likes coffee. That's like a nice gift that you can
We have that
easily
in
get
common.
coffee. Or loves coffee, so
Yeah.
that's like a nice one. Yeah, I like Emily just because I think, well, for speed running, I think her speed run is really fun. Because she has like different quests. Like you can get the apricot tree, and then there's the Clint quest, but it technically gives you friendship with Emily. So I feel like her speed run has some fun variety in it. You can get in the mines to get some loved gifts for her there. So I like Emily, but also obviously Krobus. I mean, I love in my casual playthrough, I roommate Krobus. And there we go, just like that.
I think Krobus is my favorite as well. Other than I love a delightful little guy.
He's
You know?
just a little guy.
Though
Yeah.
I will say, chat, I would love for you to, go ahead, ! donate, go in, put in your donations, and let me know who your favorite bachelor or bachelorette, or just like your favorite character from Stardew, so that we can get a little bit closer to our Metroid Dread milestone, and just have lots of cool donations towards our wonderful charity.
This guy.
All right, and as you can see, they just gave Elliot the mermaid pendant. So wedding is in the works. Bed by the door. And now all they have to do is sleep and they have another marriage done.
Some things about Stardew speedruns never change, and it's you put the bed by the door, and right at 6:10 you bolt out, do one thing, and you come back and immediately go back to sleep. Actually, about the one thing we don't do is pass out to warp back home. Because we got the return scepter every single time. But that's like the other big, glitchless and vanilla thing is you get your energy down. You do lose some money if you pass out and get warped back home. Like 10% of your income or 1,000 gold, whichever is less. But it is the fastest way to get back to your house for the next day.
Yep, sometimes you just have to pickaxe the ground in Emily's room until you teleport home.
Don't try that
That's
at
just
home.
what it's all about.
Sure. A little thing here. Elliot hates us. We got exactly to 10 hearts. And your spouse does decay after you get the mermaid pendant and give that to them those 3 days in between if you don't talk to them or give them any gifts or anything. It does their like friendship with you decays, but like you don't become unmarried or anything like that. So by the time the wedding ceremony is over, they dislike you because they've fallen below 10 hearts actually in these.
That's quite a short honeymoon period.
Yeah.
While you're setting up, do you have a minute for a couple of donations?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're just pretty much doing another Harvey marriage this time, but it should be more of the same. Go ahead and let us know what you got.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, you have a little bit of love coming in the donations. So first of all, Fraz gave us $15 for Girls Make Games with the comment, "We love clay farming." I think they were a big fan of that lead up to Elliot's wedding. And then Samantha gave $25 to Girls Make Games with the comment, "This is generally one of my favorite runs to watch. It's so cozy to see every main board run back to back by one of my best friends."
Aw. Yeah, Fraz and Samantha do a lot of like, we've done a bunch of like multiplayer runs and stuff together, where actually during the like Mines Day 2 segment to get money, they send me to the beach to go do that clay farming because you get like 20 gold for each clay that you dig up there. So that's my job in there is go figure out the money early game.
It's important to have a job, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I need enrichment in my enclosure, and that's what it is for me. Just go to the beach, smack up some clay, make sure money's good for buying strawberries.
And just a quick reminder for folks who are donating on Tiltify that you do have to, when you're checking out, choose a poll. That is how we are handling our bid wars. So for folks who don't want to get in on that level head color bid war, that is how you'll do that. And of course, everything you're donating goes towards our incentive, since that's going to be treated as a milestone. So at $1,750, we'll have our Metroid Dread bonus boss rush. So thank you for all the donations so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Exciting to see donos coming in for all of that. All right, yeah.
All right, so key to the town acquired. Heading to Robin's, the usual.
Yeah, Robin is extremely the MVP of all these runs, both for the start of that, where she says either our name or the farm name and gives us a bunch of cool stuff. But also here, we can buy wood from her and upgrade our house. And I just think that's great. Thanks, Robin.
Thanks, Robin.
So yeah, we'll box in the door. Luckily, Harvey is a pretty nice schedule. If I'm ranking schedules of marriage candidates speedrun wise, Harvey is way up there because you can get into the clinic at 9 a.m. and he a lot of days comes down directly as that's happening and is ready to see you and be given 1 coffee, or in this case, 10 star drop tea.
10 star drop tea and a bouquet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And actually, you do that in a certain order, right? So you do 10 or you do 8 star drops to get them to 8 hearts. And then you give them the bouquet to make it dating. And then you do the 2 more to get up to 10, right?
Yeah, correct. So like you have to get to 8 hearts to be able to date them. You can go buy the bouquet from the general store, Pierre's general store there, and then give that to them. And then that like kind of uncaps and you can get up to 10 hearts then. At which point normally you have to wait for a rainy day, where the old mariner shows up on the right side of the beach and you go buy the mermaid pendant from him on a rainy day when you're at 10 hearts with somebody. That's kind of the like lore of Stardew, is that that's how people propose marriage. So you go grab that and then give that to your beloved. But we can instead just send the item IDs in through our name and get somebody to say that.
And it's fun if you look at the little dot that's to the bottom right of their portrait. Yeah, Zachary just showed you there. You can see the bachelor and bachelorette's like friendship, like the color changes as their friendship grows with you. So usually, it takes like in-game weeks to see that develop, but you get to see it. It just like speed runs through the friendship just that easily, which is really fun to see.
As I describe it in the glitchless speedruns, it is you gift until you see the purple dot. That's how you know you're 8 hearts, and that's when you go grab the pendant and start dating them.
Super convenient, just sleeping in the tent right outside the doctor's office, and then you just wake up, you have key to the town, you prance right in.
Yeah, you can just break right into this doctor's office.
Just break right into the doctor's office, give him the mermaid pendant while he's still in bed. Is great.
See you in 3 days, bud.
And then War Palm. See you in 3 days.
You mind if I chime in while we're waiting those 3 days?
Absolutely.
Please.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I saw that we did have some raiders, so I thought it'd be helpful to remind folks what we're raising money for. So this is Completithon 2025. I don't want to talk too fast. And we're raising money for Girls Make Games. So while women make up nearly half of the gaming population, less than 24% of game developers in the US are women. So Girls Make Games was created to address this gender gap and create a space for girls to explore the world of video games. To date, nearly 25,000 girls in 160 cities and 22 countries have accessed game dev workshops, summer camps, and tutorials. GMG's published titles have been downloaded over 190,000 times on partner platforms that are like PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Creator Program, Steam, and Google Play. By inspiring girls to engage with Steam through fun and creativity of game design, we're creating a world where girls have the chance to discover their potential through gaming and game dev. So thank you to everyone who is donating, and thank you again for all the folks who are tuning in.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, we are. So we did a few marriages. We're going to pop back in and we're going to start doing the individual bundle speedruns. So we saw the community center very first thing. And this is kind of like the individual level IL type of run of that, where this is 6 different speedruns to, as fast as possible, complete one of the 6 rooms that's in the community center here. So first one up, we're just gonna kind of go in order that you unlock them. We're gonna do the crafts room. So this one's available immediately and is the one that corresponds to kind of the foraging skill and getting different chopping trees or gathering up rocks or hardwood or the various different seasonal forage that shows up around the valley. So we're going to, instead of gathering all that up and sleeping through all the seasons, grab that out of our mailbox.
Nice. Yeah, this is a speedrun a lot of people start with when they first start speedrunning Stardew, since you are able to just gather most of the items around town. One of the bundles that's a little more challenging in a typical speedrun is you need the exotics. So a lot of times people get that from the traveling cart. But as you can see, Zachary just got it all from the mail, and it's all lined up so nicely in their inventory. And then they're able to just quickly turn them all in. And this room will be finished here pretty shortly. So it's pretty fun to see.
And if I remember to open...
Same exotics I would use, but just we got them differently.
You probably wouldn't have iridium wood and hardwood and stone, mostly because you can't get that.
That's a good point.
Other than that, pretty typical for what you do in a vanilla or a glitchless run.
Sometimes you just have to flex with iridium quality wood, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's the crafts room completed. Next is the pantry,
That's
the one
that
we saw just above that. So this is the one that kind of corresponds to the farming aspect of the game. So we're gonna name this pantry. Hi, that's our favorite thing.
So you talked about the different qualities there. Do you mind explaining that? Like iridium, when you first said that, I was like, iridium wood, but that's like that's a quality, right?
Yes, absolutely. So some items in the game, like your crops or your fish or various things like that, can come in different qualities. Like as you get more levels in a certain skill or things like that, you can get higher quality of items. One of those things that you can't do that with, though, is the wood and stone. But as part of the glitches, so one of the things that you can't actually see on the title screen, because it's way off the bottom of the screen, is a bunch of commands to add items. So in that, there's like the item ID that you select, there is how many of the thing, and then a number that corresponds to the quality. So we can just kind of set anything to whatever quality we want as part of the glitch item inject that we do through the mail. So it's just kind of like a funny little thing. That was actually added by Alexa, who is a community member and did a bunch of the pioneering and finding a bunch of this glitch tech that's in 1.6. A lot of these runs are adapted from stuff she had put together. So that's like one thing she had in there. So I've just kind of kept that in because it's extremely funny.
It's just an extra flex.
Yeah, exactly.
For your
extra flex.
Kind of similar to the quality crops bundle that we'll donate here. We've got iridium quality of all the crops for that, but you only need gold.
Not iridium. One of the clever things here, it's just like a small thing, but it's kind of cool. So in order to get into the pantry, you have to complete another bundle first outside of the pantry just to unlock the room. And so what you saw Zachary do here was they used the summer forageables bundle because that only has 3 items in it. So the turn in is just like a tiny bit faster than if you were doing spring where you had to turn in 4 items. It also takes up less room in their inventory. So it's just a clever little way, like tiny optimization within these glitched runs just to make them a little bit faster and go a little more smoothly.
I must have collected back onto the return scepter because I did warp myself back home on accident, but we can see that the pantry is completed. Just to verify that real quick. And then we're on to the...
It still is like...
You were too fast.
Too fast. Yeah, go ahead, Zachary. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying we're on to the fish tank now. So that is kind of the next one up, and it is exactly what you'd think. It's the fishing part of the game. Any enjoyers of the Stardew Valley fishing minigame here in the chat?
I always found that to be the most difficult part, and my partner would always make me do the fishing.
Yeah, I think people are really split on it. I think you either really click with it and you love it, or it's I never want to do this actually.
For me, I don't mind the fishing minigame. My like very specific like Stardew memory was getting to the point where I had done everything for the community center except for like catching one fish.
Mm.
And like it just started a new season, and then was like that previous season was when I needed to catch that fish, and I was like, I guess I'm
Classic.
done playing this game now.
Yeah, that sounds about right for the community center speedrun as well. The fish are very mean because you get all of the hard ones at low level. Your catfishes, your tiger trouts, your sturgeon, my beloved. And that can be a real skill issue for me personally.
Luckily, you don't have to worry about being skill issued or season locked when the fish are all just lined up so beautifully in your mailbox. So it works great here.
Yeah, this
And
has really
as you
got the
can see,
vibes
they
of like
just
a seeded crab or a seeded fish tank where you just go buy all the fish. Kind of the same idea.
And they just did another, so you'll see them use summer forageables to unlock a lot of the rooms that they're going to be in here. And then once again, they animation canceled out of that animation. So for someone like me who's a vanilla speedrunner, I would have to watch that full animation. But they were able to cancel out of it and then come up here and complete the fish tank just that quickly. Yeah. I love getting mailed 24 fish. It's great.
Mhm. I think we should figure out how to do that in the vanilla and glitchless runs as well. I think it'd be faster. That's my hot take.
Hot take, we need more fish in the mail.
You can get fish in the mail, but only like 3 of them that Linus will mail you.
I mean, you're talking about hot takes. Do you mind if I have a hot take?
Absolutely, go for it.
My hot take is that I like fuchsia more than gold, green, or blue. And that's because I am talking about our active bid war right now. So if you hit !donate, that'll give you the link to our Tiltify page. When you are there, you can, when you're checking out, you actually have to hit choose a poll. And that is when you'll be able to then say what you want to donate towards. So a good thing to know is for this marathon, we're treating our incentives as milestones. So you're always going to be trying to help us unlock those milestones, which the next milestone is our Metroid Dread bonus boss rush. But right now, our bid war for the level head color bid war needs some love. So you don't have to do fuchsia, that's okay. But I'd love to see what your favorite colors are. And then also, I'm still waiting to hear some favorite villagers from the valley. So !donate, and I'd love to hear from all of you guys or everyone that's watching.
Yeah, please get in donos for one, the bid war sounds very fun to do, but 2, for that Metroid Dread boss rush, because personally I just want to see it. Big Metroid Dread fan. That was actually the first game I ever speedrun.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Fact. Yeah. There's like a achievement in there for like beating it in like 4 hours or something. I did that and I'm like, well, it's time to get way too into this, I guess, for a bit.
I guess this game has decided that I am a speedrunner now.
Yeah. Sometimes the speedrunning just happens to you, you know? Kind of the same way at some point I saw like Stardew speedruns. I'm like, yeah, I guess this is my thing now forever.
It's the meme from Community. I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me, but it's you just watching Stardew runs.
You see one video on running Stardew Perfection, the 100% category, and you're like, yeah, that's me. I'm that now. All right, we've completed the bulletin board.
That was bulletin board. Yeah, easy.
So that was, all the little like fetch quests for various villagers around the valley, which is normally the longest of the bundles for just doing that like a vanilla or glitchless style, but it's pretty much the same in a glitch speedrun. They're all kind of just show up and donate stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, so Bulletin Board has some expensive items that you need to do extensive farming for. You need like deluxe coop, deluxe barn. So that one typically takes a long time, but as you can see, they were able to get it all out of the mail. And yeah, so let's see. Right now, you're on Vault.
Boiler room.
Ooh, Boiler Room.
Close.
Boiler Room.
You
Yeah.
lost the
Ooh, one of my
50-50 there.
favorites.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
Boiler room's a very
So typically
fun,
you would have to get these items from the mines. Yeah. Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a fun little. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Hilarious. Yeah, Boiler Room is kind of a fun. If you enjoy the mines part of the Stardew Valley, it's an excellent vanilla or glitchless speedrun as well. You've run that a decent amount. You want to give the kind of like overview of what that looks like in a vanilla context?
Yeah, so with Boiler Room, one of the hardest items to get is a fire quartz because typically you need to get down to the like lava floors of the mines, starting at floor 80. And so one of the ways that we do that to avoid having to go so deep in the mines is we gift the wizard. We become friends with the wizard, we gift him on his birthday, and then we hope that we get fire quartz from him in the mail. Another option, this is like the more RNG YOLO option, is you can get an Omni Geode, and I think it's a 1 in 42. It might be a 1 in 48 chance of getting the fire quartz from that. So fire quartz is kind of like the drama of the run. But as you can see here, Zachary already has it in their inventory. And one of the things that I think is really clever about this run is you need, is it 3 bundles to unlock Bulletin Board or Boiler Room? Just 2. So they had summer forage, and then you saw them go over to the fish tank, and they turned in the night fish there because it's another 3 item bundle, and it's also closer to the Boiler Room. So just like tiny little micro optimizations, and then yeah, there you go. They just finished it. Boiler Room done. Check.
Yeah, in a vanilla or a glitchless run, night fish would not be the one you want to do because, as the name suggests,
No.
you got to wait until night to get any
Yeah.
of that. Pick Vlad.
Yeah, so typically I would use forage for that one. I would do like spring and summer forage or something.
Yeah. You probably you grab spring forage and then you'd like sleep till summer and grab that one, right?
Lots of sleeping.
And then we're coming up on our last bundle. So this is the vault, and this one's kind of fun because we don't need to go buy a backpack. As we were just talking about, we can manage to get just the bundles that are small, like have fewest distinct items, and they'll all just fit right into our inventory. All 11 of those.
Yeah, so this room you need 4 bundles. So that's one of the things with like vault speedruns. One, obviously you have to get money, but then you also have to get 4 other bundles to turn in, which is typically every season's forage. A lot of times you're using winter tilling on the beach, similar to the clay farming that Zachary was doing in front of Elliot's. You can do that in the winter to get winter forageables. So a lot of times you do that. So you go all the way till winter. You get the forageables for every season to unlock the room. But as you can see here, they're using night fish. I see some boiler room items. So we're going to be right there by the vault, and nice quick turn-ins. I see this one only has 2 items, which is like super cool, super fast. And there you go. Vault's open, just that easy.
As we wait for the animation to play, it will eventually be open.
Yeah.
You want to give the micro optimization that you have discovered and how you play specifically, not just vanilla, but the fastest way
I like how you led
complete
into
the vault
that.
bundles?
Yeah. Okay, so most Stardew speedrunners are running on keyboard and mouse. It's like the normal way to run, but I just like playing on controller. I think it's very comfortable. And most of the time playing on controller is a debuff. It's a little bit slower, menus are a little bit harder. Sometimes I have to go back and forth. But it's super fast on Vault. It feels so good. You basically just spam click. So I love seeing people do Vault turn-ins. I have my little moment. I'm like, this would be so nice on controller, wouldn't it? And it is.
It is. Like, I've watched you do it too, and it is really just like spam click, and it just goes through all of them. It just pulls up the bundle, you complete it, you go back.
Controller goes burr for Vault, and that's what I'm holding on to.
All right.
So I think we're back to marriage runs, right? I think it's Sam's turn.
Yep, wrapping up the next 3 of the bachelors. So we've gotten through all of the community center bundles. Did each of those, all the little individual bundle runs. And then I am forgetting to sleep until Saturday for Sam because his schedule's bad.
Mm.
So I did eat my buffs
Then-
already.
All right, you mind if I chime in while you're sleeping?
Absolutely, go for it.
Great, because we do have a couple of donations that have come in. So first we have $10 from Demonic Mermaid with the comment. Morrow is both my first speedrun and my most ran speedrun. But
Ooh.
we're not going to worry about the reset counter. And that also was our first donation towards our bid war. So we now have green in the lead with $10. So we are ready to go. That means the first color that will be used by Sam, our level head runner, will be green unless that changes before that run starts. But that is not the only donation we got to Girls Make Games, because a familiar name here, Leila Lepine, donated $10 as well. That says, "Let's go, Girls Make Games."
Woo.
Woo! I know that.
Thank you so
person.
much for the donations.
Yeah.
All right.
Mermaid, who just sent in a donation, yeah, noted Mario speedrunner and noted using extremely non-marathon safe tech to do marriage speedrunner. So there may be some resetting RNG. Luckily, not
I mean,
my
they said
problem.
not to worry about it,
Yeah,
so I'm
I'm
not
not.
worrying about it.
I would never worry about Mermaid. Oh, cool. We got
Heading
some
back to the
receipts.
Walnut Room. Time to get keys to the town yet again.
Yeah, so we slept through till Saturday, and that's because Sam's schedule is kind of annoying, except for on Saturday he pops out and he stares at the river. So much appreciated that he gets out of bed early on this day.
I love waking up and staring at the river.
It's, I can't fault him for that. We'll see Sebastian up next, and I can't fault him his schedule either, which is stay in bed and sleep real late and then walk over to the computer.
So relatable.
Just like me, for real. Yeah, so we're back. We're doing some finishing up the last 3 bachelors. Like we said, Sam right now, then Sebastian, and then Shane, who is, for a long while there was basically like the main marriage speedrun as far as glitchless and vanilla runs go. Because he has an extremely convenient schedule. We'll see. He's just like out of bed. He's going over to his job at Joja Mart at like 7:20. He leaves the house.
We appreciate that about him.
Mm-hmm. Unless it rains, and then he doesn't go to his job during the week, which I don't know how that works, but again, gotta respect the decision of like, it's raining, I'm not getting out of bed, I will not be going to work, actually.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice catch of Robin before she went behind the counter. Got her nice and early there.
Ooh, managed to do that as well. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Weird fun fact about Robin is the way her, like, tending the shop code is set up is if she's like standing right there, you can talk to her, which is great on Tuesdays when she is technically doesn't work that day, but at about 9:40 she walks by, and then later in the evening, I can't remember the exact time, she comes back by, and if you're in there and you catch her like I just did as she walks by to leave the house, you can still go to the shop that day, but it's a real tight window to manage. And here's Goku. Or Sam, whichever,
Look at that friendship little indicator. Just go right through the rainbow, all the way to purple. We love it.
Mm-hmm. Purple star. Best friends achievement and everything.
Purple star.
I'm going to try and put this in a less cursed place than when we were practicing this. I put it behind the tree where you couldn't quite get to the door, and it was really upsetting. Didn't like it much. You could, like, get to it, but it was real bad.
It's so tempting because it's right there by Sam. It like feels like the place where you should put it, and then all of a sudden you can't get in the tent.
All right, so yeah, house is upgraded. We're at 10 hearts. We're skipping past these cutscenes about his music career, and then we're gonna go again, 6:10 a.m. Barge into his room with a mermaid pendant and say, "Hey, isn't it about time on day 9 of me living in Pelican Town that we ought to tie the knot?" And he agrees.
I'll never get tired of the narrative. It's so good.
And now he's asking us to go see his band over in the big town nearby, and we don't. Which is unfortunate, because if you can pick in the one cutscene what type of music he plays, and the Sam's Band (parentheses heavy version) is the song on the soundtrack. Thank you.
Ooh.
I'm very thankful for the push to talk, because I did laugh out loud when you said that he invites you to see his band and then you don't go.
It does apparently not a big deal. He doesn't get upset about it.
It's 3 days before our wedding, and I just want you to see my band. And you're like, sure, I'll go. Never mind, nah.
And we don't even have the excuse that we're getting ready for the wedding, because he says, hey, I'll handle all the wedding preparations.
He handles everything.
Sleeping for 3 days straight.
Ooh, chat talking about hot takes around favorite songs. I know this is an amazing soundtrack, but I am curious if anyone does have a favorite song or like a favorite season theme. That'd be great in a donation as well. I would love to hear what folks think.
I have a favorite song, Wild Horseradish Jam from Springtime.
It is indeed a
delightful. A jam indeed. And let's see, so now you're moving on to Sebastian, yes? Yeah. Sebastian. And if I'm not mistaken, this run has the tiny bit of RNG, right? Where depending on the weather?
Yes. Yes, this is another one where his Saturday schedule is better, and I'm going to put an asterisk on that, because if it ends up raining, it's like a 50-50 of if it's slightly worse or if it's extremely worse, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to remember to not eat my speed buffs and instead sleep. Imagine.
So that will be fun to see. What kind of weather do we get for Sebastian?
Day 3, always rainy. That's just a thing that happens. Except we will see one run where, because of the weird glitch mail tech we're doing, that will get messed up and it will be rainy on day 2 instead of 3, which is extremely funny.
Ooh.
Just for me. I don't know that anyone else would care about it, but I like it. It's fun.
Taking our buffs on our sunny Saturday.
I don't need to read the mail. This is a marriage run. You need to go to the island. It's island time, baby.
Just straight to, island time.
Can I give a quick update during island time?
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to bring chat's attention to the fact that we are less than $10 away from our next milestone, meaning the boss rush from Metroid Dread. I was about to say Metal Gear, but that was an earlier run. Metroid Dread is, like I said, less than $10 away. The interesting thing here is this is a boss rush on top of our existing runs. You can get a full Metroid Dread run, and then you will also have a boss rush showing 12 bosses within 12 minutes. So one boss a minute. So that is incredible. And I want to see that. And we are less than $10 away from seeing that. And as a part of helping us get to that number, the Valiant Sun donated $10.01 to Girls Make Games with the comment, wait, every percent? Back in my day, we ran one category into the ground and we were grateful. Just kidding. Much love to Zachary and Leela. This is so cool, and I think this run is so cool.
Aw, thank you, Jess. Much appreciated. And yeah, definitely get donos in for the Metroid Dread incentive. Like I said, I personally want to see it, and I think you would just be doing me a favor if I got to see even more of that game, because maybe there's just too much movement in between all the bosses in that game, getting around too fast, and you just want to see only high octane boss fighting. I don't know.
And I want to correct myself. I'm sorry, I said less than $10 away. We're less than $25 away. It is thankful that of all these percents that we're doing, we're not doing math percent, because I would have just had to reset my run. But that also just means a quick $5 train and we'd be there in no time.
There really is in the runs where you don't get to do glitches, there's so much math, truly, in all of Stardew speedrunning. So yeah, luckily we've escaped that. we're just hanging out and clicking buttons here.
I will say, unless you've changed it, Zachary, last time I checked, you had done the math so that you had exactly enough to buy the wood that you needed, exactly enough money to buy the wood you needed and the house. Yeah, look at their money just went down to 0. So just kind of a fun way of making things just a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Giving themselves exactly enough money so that if one misclick and they would be chopping trees.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a fun little incentive for me to click the buttons good. I did in the first practice run, it might have even been, no, it might have been a practice run before I did the submission video for this. But I accidentally gifted Robin a piece of wood as she walked by. Like, I bought it, accidentally gifted her one piece, went outside, didn't think to chop trees, instead started clay farming to try and get a piece of clay I could sell to her to buy wood from because I was panicking. And I just think that's a fun little added, risk to add in here is like a couple seconds of time loss to deal with that if I mess up.
Yeah. It's like a little mini game, you know? You have to get everything exactly right.
Yeah, I accidentally routed out the little mini game in the mine speedruns that are coming up here after this bachelor block, so I had to put back in a potential mini game.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the mine. Mine speedruns are like one of the famous Stardew speedruns, I think, so it's really fun to see how they can do it with glitches here.
I will say, very fast runs, not a lot to see. Those are real blink and you'll miss them ones. They're coming up after our Shane marriage here in a second. So there's Sebastian, proposed to and everything. And we're gonna head back here, grab our bed.
Being the return scepter never gets old. I mean, the first time you were using it and I called it the warp wand, it's because like we never have return scepters unless you're doing perfection. Like, it's such a late game item. I think it's like, what is it, 2 million gold? It's like millions of gold. You would never have one of these in a typical speed run, so it's just so funny that you're just warping all over town.
Yeah, it's like a few million to get the obelisks at the end of perfection, and 10 million for the golden clock, and it's like, sometimes you don't even want to deal with that extra 2 million, like even in a speed run, because it's fast to get around, but like that's a lot of money. A lot of starfruit or ancient fruit you gotta put into kegs. But like here, why not? We're having fun.
And while we're having fun, you mind if I just pop off a little bit, because we just hit our milestone. So thank you so much. We are going to see that Metroid Dread boss rush. I was going to make a joke about like a sense of dread, but no, I'm just really excited that we hit this goal. And part of that was Samantha donating $25 to Girls Make Games with the comment, "Fuchsia's like pink, right?" Gotta have that. P.S. Leah's obviously the correct choice after Sebastian, of course.
Yeah, well, Sebastian's best boy, and everyone knows this. That's just the objective. Like, that's not necessarily my pick, but that is the objective week, correct? We ranked him one time during a co-op perfection run, and we did put him in S tier, so.
Yeah, I think we can all agree.
I think we can all agree that this chat is fantastic. Again, thank you, big pat on the back for hitting that milestone. That was fantastic. Loved to see a milestone happen during my hosting shift. And, you know, as a result, this bid war has been heating up, and $25 did put Fuchsia in the lead. So Fuchsia's in the lead with $25. Blue has $10.01, and green has $10. Not a lot of love for gold. So $0 for gold. Now's the time to start getting in for some of those. And a reminder, that is going to be a rolling bid war as well. So as those change, when our runner Sam is playing level head, when a color change, or when a color takes the lead, we're gonna have to stop and change that color. But thank you again. I really do appreciate everyone that helped make that milestone happen.
I can't believe no gold enjoyers in the chat.
I know, with speedrunners, you think
that's the best type of split.
For gold splits, right? You'll manifest gold splits for yourself. Yeah.
I guess Iridium wasn't a choice, so...
That's true, yeah. That's fair. If I can click good, we'll warp back. And this is Shane, our last bachelor, before we do a little mines interlude. And I do mean little on that. It's pretty fast to do a mines 50 and then a mines 120 when you can Just tell the game to set up the world state however you feel like.
Yeah, and so this is Shane. So this is kind of like, as Zachary said earlier, the marriage speedrun that was kind of like the hot marriage speedrun because of Shane's schedule and the fact that he's out early and he has loved gifts that are relatively accessible. So it's kind of fun that Out of the Bachelors, right? Like we haven't done the Bachelorettes yet, but Out of the Bachelors kind of saved Shane, the famous Bachelor speedrun for last year.
Yeah, it's fun. Like you said, he's got a good schedule. He likes peppers, which you can get in higher qualities, which does give more friendship points than like a basic quality item. So that's nice. You can also like kind of work that in with the making money of growing crops. It's a very cool run. I really like the Shane marriage speedrun. For right now,
Of course, today Zachary will just be spamming Shane with tea. Oh yeah, because Shane's schedule is so good. You actually visit Shane before you go to Robin. He's up so early.
Yeah, he is like crossing town right now. He probably just entered the map in the bottom left here, right at about 7:30, 7:40. He like walks out the door of Marnie's ranch at about 7:20. So we're gonna catch him right here and get this out of the way. Let's see if I know how to count to 8. That would be the wrong item that I almost got there.
That is the one thing about the return scepter, is it is a dangerous item.
It's so
you don't want to
dangerous.
accidentally engage it when you don't actually want to warp home. I feel like when I have any kind of warp item, it happens sometimes. So I guess that is like the one downside of the return scepter, is like you don't want to accidentally click it when you don't mean it.
Yeah, in perfection speedruns, when I do get it, it is like on a different inventory bar than my default one, so I would have to tab over to get to it because I am so scared and still do constantly accidentally warp.
I mean, imagine you're spamming someone with tea, and then you intend to spam them with 2 more tea, but then you accidentally just warp home before their eye. Like imagine from Shane's perspective, someone comes up to you, they give you all this tea, you suddenly feel full of friendship towards them, and then all of a sudden they just warp away just as quickly as they appeared.
Right, so we're gonna post up outside of Shane's house because we only in the marriage speedruns have enough buffs for the day 1. Probably could actually manage more of those, but you don't really need it because we walk like the 5 feet from the tent into wherever they live and then warp home.
Yeah, there is something to be said for managing the time it takes for the eating animation. If the distance you travel really isn't that long, it might not even result in a time save anyways.
Yeah, I timed it out like for the bundles speed runs. So I did a sillier version of the craftsroom one that relies on remix bundles and was testing it out, and it's like basically the length of getting to the community center from the house is where it actually starts being effective. So like that is like just barely actually useful there. Also, it's very fun. So even if it were a slight time loss in this scenario, I would probably still do it. Because zipping around at that speed, great. Good.
You can see the parsnips that you get at the start of the game that was still by their bed. So it's kind of fun. And you'll see it in the other speedruns too. Because they're glitching in all the late game items and they don't actually need that box of 15 parsnips. The parsnips are just there the whole time. So it's funny to see like an upgraded house warping there with your return scepter, getting all these achievements, but then there's that box of parsnips just still there. It's very silly.
Marnie is excited as ever.
Marnie's happy as ever.
That's all the bachelors, and that's also about our halfway point in terms of runtime here. Which makes sense, because we are, again, halfway through the marriage candidates. We kind of got those interspersed here. But we're going to pop back to some non-marriage runs for some lightning fast mines speed runs. Going to name this farm Mines 50. We'll set our favorite thing to donos, because it's fun when those happen. I've been excited every time. And get this started and talk to hero of the run, Robin.
While you're chatting with Robin, you mind if I just chime in real quick?
Go for it.
Yeah, you talked about donos, and I just wanted to remind everyone what these donations are going towards. So, Completithon 2025 is benefiting Girls Make Games. So, Girls Make Games believes in providing every girl and woman with the opportunity to discover their potential and talents through gaming and game development. So, with your donations, you're able to contribute directly to the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund that provides girls and women the resources and opportunity to pursue careers in gaming through the GMG's many programs, such as their college scholarships, summer camp scholarships, and their new mentorship and internship programs. If you're looking to donate, make sure to type !donate in the chat to get the link to our Tiltify page where you can make a direct donation.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So we've knocked out a mines 50, and if you missed that, don't worry, we're gonna run it back for a mines 120. You've got just barely a chance to look at the screen and catch this one, because we are gonna get some speed buffs. We are going to run outside, read the mail, warp to the mountains. Normally, mines not open yet on day one of the speedrun. Usually there's a big boulder here. But as part of those mail injects, we have advanced the day counter 4 times. So it is technically our 5th day played right now. We've also set it so that the mine's elevator unlocked all the way to the bottom for the 120 run. So then we just get to walk in and go directly to mine's floor 120. End of speedrun. Thank you.
End of speedrun.
GG.
Those are so cool.
That one's actually gone through like a pretty decent evolution, which is kind of fun. In like older patches of the game, you would warp to the desert. You would do like a glitch with the chest where you could duplicate items. So you duplicate a bunch of jade and trade those for staircases on Sunday from the desert trader, and then you'd warp back and you go place all the stairs. Then when 1.6 came around, it made it easier to spawn in different types of items, the big craftables that the staircases fall under. So you could just spawn in 120 of those. And then now, I guess there was actually one after that where you would you'd warp to the desert, you'd go into the Skull Cavern real quick, which sets your deepest mines floor to 121. Like technically all of the floors of the Skull Caverns are like sequentially numbered as the next ones after the 120 of the main mines. So you'd go there, which would set your deepest floor to 121, you'd warp back, and the elevator would be fully unlocked. And now we just we figured out a way to set that directly via the mail, the like actions that you can inject into there. So now you just walk directly to the mines and go to your desired floor.
One of my favorite glitch speedrun just moments or like SRC note is one of the times that Zachary submitted Mines 50 and Mines 120 at the same time. And their Mines 120 time was faster, even though it's like a deeper level of the mines. It was faster because the time it took to find the button for 120 was faster than the time it takes to find the button for 50, floor 50 of the mines. So they were able to click 120 faster than floor 50, which to me is just like so hilarious and fun. And so that's like one of my favorite glitched run lore tidbits out there.
I need to be so clear that
That's
that
like
was
a good double take for the leaderboard. Just to be like, wait, what?
You know what I mean? 120
It's actually
is faster.
Yeah. Faster to go to 120.
And to be so clear that while that was tongue-in-cheek, it is 100% true, because it was like a situation where the pace would unlock all of the floors of the mines, and I'm like, where is 50 in this mess? Where 120 is just the bottom right. Where I did in this run, in the pace, micro-optimize it so that we only unlock up to 50 on the Mines 50 run. So nice and easy, it's the very bottom right on there as well. Saved me
I
milliseconds.
mean, it's so relatable.
Yeah.
Anyone who's had to reset floors in the mines has like clicked on the wrong button. Like we all know how it is to try to search for the right floor. So it's so funny.
Yeah, OBS is open, so I do have a debuff to both counting and reading right now, as all streamers and speedrunners will tell you. So I'm not about to try and find where that's at in a list of a bunch of numbers.
And so now we're back to bachelorettes, right?
Yeah,
Or starting
Abigail.
bachelorettes, back to marriage. Abigail, our gamer girl.
It always comes back to marriage speedrunning. There's so many of them. Like we said, there's 26
And
runs.
Robin.
And there are 12 that are true marriage and one's a roommate situation. So it's like truly half of them. Gonna buy the 450 wood we need. Gonna upgrade our house or get that started. Robin will handle that the next 3 days while we camp outside of the general store. Where we're gonna go wait till Abigail leaves her room. On the note of the mines 50 versus mines 120, like a little piece of the glitch tech they're using here. So one, just the glitch is every percent idea. I think I said it in the interview that played ahead of this, but I started doing this as I'd seen Astrid the Horror Girl do it in Frost Vitals, and I'm like, as with much things that I see, I'm like, that'd be a really funny thing to do in Stardew is the every percent of all the glitch list speedruns, and did it over a couple weekends, segmented. It was like 40 some hours. Really funny, honestly. And then realized that the glitches version would be actually kind of doable in a quick little block. And the other fun little like Easter egg for myself here is that we're using the same big set of paste that's like I said, like 1,800 lines long for all of these. And it basically keys off of the farm name we're putting in, or at least all the non-marriage runs do. There's like an if check you can do, truly like in code essentially, that lets you check different variables about the game state, one of which being farm name. So I'm using that and days played. I mentioned that we're like incrementing that counter for a couple things, like being able to read the mail multiple times and get different items out of it. That's also the same way we're reading the mail in different files and getting different stuff is based off of the farm name. So like each of these I'm very specifically, and I've got like my splits off to the side labeled that way so I remember what it is, but like we called the one farm mines 50, and in the paste that checks to decide what items to spawn in or remove out of our inventory, or it tells like which action to do to set which floors of the mines are open, and that's kind of how the whole thing is operating in the background. And that's partially one, because it's very funny to do is all one big paste. And the other thing is that I don't have to have like a zillion notepads open and be copy pasting different ones for everything. So that's just easier on me mentally to keep track of.
And look at this, it's another wedding.
Yeah, Abigail. Got a little bow. Very cute.
She's so cute.
I love all the little wedding outfits. Like Harvey's is really good. He's got a bow tie and a cummerbund. Abigail's is really good. I love Sebastian's, where he looks like he's like in an emo band.
He has his gloves, right?
Yeah, he's got his little gloves, and that's really good.
That's such a cool thing about this showcase is you really do get to see everyone's wedding outfits. Like, when else do you get to see that back to back? It's so fun.
Yeah, truly, like, no matter who you like, you get to see everybody in here. I think that's fun.
And that's Abigail.
On to Emily, who's another one that has kind of an annoying schedule. So we'll be doing a little bit of waiting around there, but before we get to that, we gotta go do the usual setup. Gotta have Robin give us all kinds of cool stuff. We hear the big noise of everything spawning in at once, of walnuts and money and key gems. That'll happen here in a second. And then get her running around doing a few fetch quests before Emily leaves her room.
Yeah, Emily's an artist. She kind of gets a late start in the day. She takes her time.
Yeah, she's like sitting there in front of her little sewing table for like the whole morning.
As she should.
Yeah, she's really locked in on her project, and I think that's good.
Off to Ginger Island.
Hi, Leo. Grab some tents. I think it's fun to just get to see the island, because like besides boat percent and like maybe some of the longer restoration categories, you never really get to see the island in the main board speedruns.
Yeah.
So it's just fun to get to hang out with Leo. He's great. He's just a little guy.
He is just a little guy. And to see the walnut room.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get to if you're not doing perfection, you would never get to see that. So it's just cool to leverage that late game, those late game items.
So unlock Island West. Run through there.
Starwind, did you have anything you wanted to share with the audience while they go over here to the Walnut Room again?
Sure thing, yeah. So I do want to call out that for folks who've been watching this and want to get involved with this marathon or future marathons hosted by the No Glitches Allowed team, they always post their volunteer applications before their events. So they typically run alongside submissions and are announced on our Discord and Twitter. So keep an eye on those if you're interested in running production, tweeting the tweets, or maybe even hosting live on the Mac like I am. I went through and signed up and got involved. Even if you're just looking to volunteer for the first time, we'd be happy to have you get your foot in the door. And honestly, I'm a big proponent of like supporting some of these smaller marathons. Everybody loves the GQs and other big marathons, but there's always lots of small marathons going on around the year. It's a chance to donate to other charities. It's a chance to support new and upcoming runners. And it's a chance for you to kind of volunteer and kind of get into the world of speedrunning.
Yeah, I love that there's like so many different like marathons for different niches in the speedrunning community. Like I myself like doing a lot of like longer, heftier runs like this. So Completithon I think is just really cool to see. I love watching this too because it's like, you know, get to hang out and just watch a big long run where somebody just kind of does everything in a game, or at least a lot of something. I haven't run it in a while, but like went through a real phase of doing a lot of Stardew perfection runs, like the 100%, or like community center in this is even, you know, a few hours long and like doesn't necessarily always fit into some marathon setups, but like Completithon's cool because you know that's like the whole thing it's around.
Yeah, super cool. So here we are at Emily's house.
Mm-hmm. So
house upgrade ordered.
House
Yeah.
upgrade ordered. We're at Emily's house. She's
You
working
have
on
key
her
to the
projects.
town.
We did get one of the journal scraps from the island, so I'm just gonna check that out, see if there's anything good in there. And then she's not gonna leave there until like noon, so maybe we'll check the trash, see if there's anything funny in here. This is where Penny's at. Spoilers for when we get to her run. We'll find her right there.
Yeah. Just a little preview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even though they have key to the town, that only works for the front door. Bedroom door is locked behind friendship, and since they haven't had a chance to spam Emily with Star Drop Tea yet, they're still at 0 friendship. So we have to wait for Emily to come out of her room.
Mm-hmm. I did kind of briefly touch on it earlier, but on the question of like, well, why not do something kind of like the mail injects we're doing on the non-marriage speedruns, because that does give you a way, like you have to talk to the person to meet them first, but then you can use that to just kind of set their hearts to full, and we will get to see a version of that with Krobus, because he's kind of just a special case in general. But the problem with that, I did kind of mention earlier, is we've got a big long pace for all the runs, which again, funny, hilarious, but if you put that in your player name and it gets read out 4 times each marriage run by Lewis at the wedding ceremony, it's like 3-ish minutes each time, or it's like, it's so bad on spam clicking through all of that. It's just like pages and pages and pages of it that you have to spam click through multiple times, and it would really slow this down. So we're kind of like setting up a different version of this where we're avoiding that. We're putting it in technically the favorite thing name and then getting Robin to say it in the farm name in the opening cutscene instead of player name. But that does mean that we don't have a good way to like set someone instantly to full hearts, or to the mail inject would also let you like just mark this door as just like accessible without getting to the 2 hearts with them. So you could just kind of go anywhere doing that. A good way to think about it is if you've ever used, like if you've ever played modded Stardew, there's the like CJB cheats menu that you can download that lets you like give access to anything in the game. It's like good for like speedrun testing and stuff, but anything you can do in there, you can pretty much set as some sort of like action to do within the mail injects of the game.
I'm super excited for everyone to see in the Krobus run when a character does say your name with the big long paste, because it's like the whole story is there. It's like the name has like everything in it, and as Zachary like spams through the menu, you can see just like little flashes of like everything that's been put into the run, and it's almost like a credit sequence. I can't wait for y'all to see it. It's very silly. It's very silly, and I love that it's Krobus who says it because he has the best look on his face. So please look forward to that. It's so good.
Yeah, that's like our second to last run, and the last one that like has any substantial amount of time to it. Because the last one is like truly there was like a borderline not doing anything run. It is JoJo Movie Theater that we end on, but Krobus is right before that, and his is really good. All right.
Yeah, it's great. I can't wait for everyone to see.
Yeah. So if you've been wondering, like, yeah, what's all that stuff like as it below the bottom of the screen after we paste that in, boy, you're sure gonna see every single every character of it pretty much.
You're gonna love it.
Mhm.
And it's another wedding. We get to see Emily's wedding look here. Very cute.
Mhm. Classic little wedding look, her nice blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
In your, well, I guess technically in this, but this is a multi-run kind of situation. You know, your speed run's over when you kiss your beloved, which I just think is cute. That's a nice little like.
It's very cute.
That's where the split happens there. So we married Emily, and then we're gonna go marry Haley, who we did just see hanging out in the other room there. I didn't need to go inside here. We're out of here. That version of reality is done for.
Well, you're setting up for the next run. We did get a lot of raiders, so hello raiders. And I just want to say we are Completithon 2025, and we're raising money for Girls Make Games. So in 2014, Girls Make Games was founded in order to provide girls with the space and resources to explore the world of gaming and help them pursue careers in game development. Girls Make Games has helped their alumni go on to graduate high school, college, and go on to jobs in the gaming industry and wider STEAM fields. So with help through your donations, the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund will give women and girls the support they need to reach their fullest potential. So for folks that want to get in on that, !donate in chat will let you get you the link to our Tiltify page. And as a reminder for folks who are tuning in, we also have a bid war going on. So anyone that does want to donate, when you're checking out, you can choose a poll. That is how we handle our bid wars here. And there is currently a Levelhead color bid war. So for folks that want to get in, spread a little love for Stardew and maybe pick out a favorite color. I don't know what, Zach or Leela, your favorite color. I'm still on Team Fuchsia, and Fuchsia's in the lead. So not a lot of love for Team Gold. So I'm not sure what your thoughts are.
Oh, we got fuchsia, we got gold, we got green. What was the fourth one in there? Blue?
I believe it is blue, yeah.
I don't know.
Yes, we have blue, which is in third place behind green.
It might be, it's between gold and fuchsia for me, and I'm just like, I'd love to see some love for gold in there, honestly.
Yeah,
just mostly I think it'd be fun if it was a close race too. Because if it's possible to change during that run, I think it would be very funny if it.
I mean, everybody loves team close race.
Yeah.
And yes, that is a good reminder that it is a rolling bid war. So our runner, Sam, will swap as colors take the lead. So Levelhead is coming up as run after Metroid. Again, thank you for helping us hit that milestone. And so as these colors jockey for position, we'll have to reset and, well, not reset, but stop and change colors each time.
Yeah, as much as I think I'm team close race and make it flip-flop. But also, yeah, I just want everyone to get out there and really have a good time with that bid war.
It just reminds me of like one of my favorite speedruns. It was like RPG Limit Break a couple years ago where they had the rolling bid war for like what color should the UI be.
Oh,
and it was just the constant back and forth of people doing like the blue and the gray.
Oh, that's really good. Alright, waiting for Robin to pop out. Yeah, like on the specific charity for this, I think the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund is cool. I'm not in games particularly, but do software development for my day job, and it's just a cool charity to have like get people access that maybe don't necessarily to that kind of space. So that's fun. It's a really cool cause. Yourselves 450 wood. Upgrade.
For anyone who didn't catch it, for anyone who's just joining too, what Zachary just did in the Walnut Room was they got a key to the town. So if you're wondering how they got into Robin's house so early, it's because they have key to the town in this run. And also when they were at Ginger Island, you may have noticed that they picked up some tents. So they're going to be using those to sleep right outside of Haley's house. So they can be there as soon as they're able to propose, as soon as their house is upgraded, they're going to go right in and give her that mermaid pendant, which is already in their inventory. So everything is set up here. And so now they just have to wait for her to come out of her room.
I believe she's at 10 a.m. She's not, we saw her when we were waiting around for Emily. She comes out a little bit earlier. And as like a preview of what we got coming up, this is the third Bachelorette, and then we're going to pop over and we're going to do some restoration speedruns. So similar to Community Center, this is like doing some of the other like big goals within the game. So one's to complete Joja Mart, the kind of like evil route, if you want to call it that, to like, you basically sell out the town to the big corporation and let them take over the community center as a big warehouse.
That sounds evil to me.
Yeah, it's not great,
you know, something
maybe.
like that.
The joke being that going Joja Mart makes you evil in real life. Among my speedrun group of friends. So we're gonna do the usual, get to 10 hearts with Haley. Then we're just gonna camp outside her house. But yeah, we got Joja coming up. We got the Missing Bundle, which is like a post-community center thing to do like one final job for the Junimos, the little forest spirits that help us complete the community center. And then the boat speedrun, which big favorite of mine. It's extremely fast and it's very, very silly how you complete the boat. Because the goal is the timer ends when you take the boat from the mainland to Ginger Island, and we'll go about getting to the boat entrance in a kind of funny way. There's a proposal. Haley, of course, saying that she'll take care of everything. She'll have that done in 3 days. We're just gonna warp back home and sleep those 3 days. Again, that is maybe the most important tech in Stardew is just go to bed. If you ran out of stuff to do, sleep till the next day.
Just get that bed by the door. Yep, and get right in it.
While you sleep, mind if I give one more quick update?
Not at all. Go for it.
All right, well, we got a $7 donation to Girls Make Games from Zokubun. Thank you. And then in the comment, I rolled a die to determine how much this donation would be. I figured these odds would be better than any chance of getting Stardew perfection. So thank you. That is actually what got green to second place. I also would have a hard time getting Stardew perfection, so maybe I'll have to roll a die for later.
I believe in y'all. I think both you and Zokubun can do it.
I already posted this in the chat, but you know, this run is already perfect to me.
Aw.
Yeah, I agree. It's great. All right, so that was Haley. So now it's like Zachary said, it's restoration time. And the first one they're doing is Evil Joja, or just Joja, depending on how you feel. They got their paste in there.
Got our farm name set to Joja. This is another like extremely fast one, because through the mail inject stuff, we can pretty much just set the game to Joja Mart complete. But the split doesn't end on Joja Mart until you see the whole cutscene that you get after completing that, and you hoist the Joja soda machine you get as a reward for selling out the town above your head. That's when the run ends there. So we're gonna actually walk to the beach. This is the fastest way for us to get into town quickly, because the cutscene starts when you enter town. This goes on, and we get a little mini game here. So Mora says, "Hey, that's her, the one that completed and gave us all this money for the Joja Mart." And in the newer versions of this game, these balloons that show up are poppable. There's in the top left corner, number of them. We got them all. Luckily, there's not too many of them in the
That was
Joja Mart.
clean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the important part. That's the real mouse accuracy is my passion type of part of this run. So yeah, we're just gonna spam click through this.
So usually this would be a big money run, but
Mhm.
as you can see, it's basically complete.
Huh.
Joja Soda hoisted above their head in triumph.
We did it.
I know it's a buff, but I'm just looking at that and it just looks like you're poisoned. It's like you're taking like psychic damage from seeing the Joja Mart restored.
Yeah, that is really. We turned blue Jojo Mart style. Their corporate coloring. That is actually that's an interesting buff on that one. It is technically from what's called the Savage Ring that you get for the monster eradication goal for the Shadow Brutes. I believe is that one. It's clearly been too long since I've run Perfection and done that. But like whenever you kill a monster, it gives you that extra buff. And it turns you blue, usually temporarily. In our case, the duration of the run. It's usually like a couple seconds as you run around.
And I want to know, what do you think a Joja Cola tastes like?
It can't be good,
is
right?
is it? I was gonna say, is it gonna be like the cheap off-brand cola that just tastes kind of off?
Yeah,
I feel like it's
gotta be.
always flat.
You drink it, but you're somehow always thirsty, no matter what.
All right, that's the missing bundle complete. We won't get to see
That was
what
missing bundle.
the theater looks like there, but that's what we did there is we donated a bunch of slightly harder to get items than you do for the community center. Some kind of later game stuff that you get, like a prismatic shard, a high quality void salmon, various different things like that. And that normally completes the community, sorry, not the community center, the theater that replaces the Joja Mart. That's kind of like the post good ending version of getting the movie theater in town. But right now we're going to do a boat speed run, but later, at the very, very end, we will get to see the Joja Mart version of the theater completion, which is extremely fast. Fastest run we've gotten here by quite a ways. Like, the boat speed run's like 30 seconds or something like that, but the Joja Theater one is like instant, essentially. We'll get to that here in a second. So we're doing a boat speed run. We've made it to the island, but the run is not technically done yet because the split happens when you ride the boat from the mainland to the island. So we've gotten into the back room at Willie's, and that's where the boat speed run is done. You go to the island, you ride the boat backwards, then you ride the boat forwards. End of run. I'm gonna skip through that. We can even see the tutorial still up on screen.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's
in a series of blink and you'll miss it. That was probably the most blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah, we've got one more that's somehow faster than that, but that one is way up there. And I also think that one's extremely silly. Just like, go to the island to unlock the boat to ride the boat back to the island.
Yeah, it's funny that the fastest way to get there is by doing the thing that you have to do. It's like almost a time travel situation.
Yeah, like you want to unlock the boat and ride the boat, just simply be on the island already. So we are back, as always, to marriage speedruns. Gonna do the last three of our bachelorettes. We got Leah, then Maru, and then Penny. And that'll get us pretty close. After that, we've got the Krobus roommate, which is like technically classified as a marriage speedrun. It's kind of the same idea. It's just, platonic roommate situation with the best little guy, followed by the Joja movie theater one that we'll close it out with. So we're getting through all these. Leah, though, does have our last one that really has an extremely annoying schedule. She doesn't like to leave her little art cottage in the woods until, late in the morning. But we'll hang out. We'll do some frolicking through the forest to spend some time then. But,
yeah, there's about 20 minutes of runs left, so it's the perfect time for some frolicking.
Yeah, you got to get some frolicking in.
You gotta get some frolicking in.
And while you're frolicking, can I give a quick update to chat?
Of course.
All right, you guys have done so great to hit that Metroid Dread milestone. So thank you. And as a result, we have opened our next milestone for the event. So if we reach $1,950, we are going to have a bonus Monkey Race showcase as a part of our Super Monkey Ball 3D run later today. So it's a Monkey Race is a game mode inside of Super Monkey Ball 3D. It's kind of like Mario Kart, but monkeys. So if you want to see that, we need to reach that $1,950 raised before the end of the Super Monkey Ball 3D run. And that's going to be Peas showing off all 3 tracks on time trial. And the interesting fact here is that because this is kind of like an add-on and not normally run, this has never been seen at any speedrun marathon before. So cool chance to continue donating to a great charity and see something truly unique.
Yeah, I've seen a decent amount of Monkey Ball runs, and I was like, I've never heard of that. And it turns out that's why.
I had never heard of it either. I had to double check.
Sounds extremely fun. I don't know if I've already spent my cachet with chat to donate to get incentives met, but if I have not, I also want to see that. Thank you.
I mean, we were talking about we were talking about the bid wars, and the nice thing about Tiltify is that you know, everything you're doing is you could put it towards the bid war, and it's also going towards our milestones.
Yeah, you get a twofer. Incredible. You can mess with the bid war, you can get in the incentive. It's all good. I'm realizing as we're running down here, I think we have not entered the forest map tile at all in this run up to this point. Sometimes I'll run down there and catch Shane right as he leaves the house, but wait, no, we did. We walked by Marnie's ranch. We camped out right here.
To camp out for Shane, yeah.
But here's Leah's cottage. So I spent a decent amount of time running the glitchless version of this marriage run. So just to give you a little preview of what that looks like is, it's mostly in winter, so you'll have to imagine that snow covering is all around. But at least in the glitchless version, vanilla, you don't get an animation cancel like this. You do a lot of right here, right about this 9 o'clock hour. You'll do a couple things, maybe go do some winter forage farming. Maybe pick up a random item to give to her that's like one of the help wanted board quests that's in town, but then you show up right here outside her cottage and you smack the ground with your pickaxe until you're out of energy, where you walk in fully exhausted into her house, give her a salad, talk to her, and then pass out in Warp Home. So this is the glitchless Leah marriage experience. I won't get us fully close to pass out because I want to walk over here to drop a tent, but normally in the winter you're able to get into her house at 10, even if you are not friends with her yet, because her and Elliot open their house in the winter. I think it's in the like narrative lore, so you have a place to come in and warm up. But since it's like a 1-room cottage that doubles as her room, key to the town, ineffective here, but did let us get into Robin's early. So we're just gonna wait for her to pop outside here. And give her 10 of the best things that anyone has ever heard of in the valley.
While you're waiting, do you want me to go ahead and talk to chat a little bit more?
Absolutely, go for it. I'll just give Leah 10 starter updates.
Yeah, of course. So watching all these runs, you're thinking that, wow, these are really cool. There's a ton of glitches, but what about those of us who don't really run games with a lot of glitches? Well, thankfully, I mean, you're on the No Glitches Allowed channel, but several members of the Completithon team are also staff on No Glitches Allowed, which is an event that features glitchless and no major glitches speedruns. So that event usually takes place in the spring, so feel free to follow us at twitch.tv/No Glitches Allowed and at noglitches.bsky.social on Blue Sky, as well as join our Discord for announcements so you won't miss out on our next Completithon or No Glitches Allowed event.
Yeah, I had to get a special note to do this many glitches in this run. It is Completethon, not No Glitches Allowed, but the channel's called that, so I had to like really make sure this is allowed.
Yeah, it is kind of important, but yes, thankfully it is Completethon, so you're good. I give you permission.
Fun thing with Leah's speedrun is it 6 hearts? She shows up at your house when you leave the house we got it right when we warped home there. She shows up and gives you a sculpture. And since I have been naming my character, whichever marriage candidate we're going after, just as a tracking thing, maybe if you don't read Chinese, didn't see it, but she gives you that sculpture and it's called Here's What I Think, or like How I Feel About, and then player name. So in that case, that was technically How I Feel About Leah, was that nice wood sculpture she just gave us.
Beautiful.
She's cute in this. Leah, or as I accidentally called her once in a one of the glitchless speedruns I did of marrying Leah, what's her face? Our beloved. So I was just like, I was trying to think of too much stuff. Like I mentioned, glitchless speedruns for Stardew involve a lot of math and counting and stuff, and I was like, just brain fried, and I'm like, what's her face? The one we're giving this stuff to. So that is what we call her now, is what's her face, my beloved.
That's it for what's her face, my beloved.
Yeah.
You married her. You did it. On to Maru.
Mm-hmm. As Mermaid donated and said earlier, her favorite marriage candidate of choice. One of the ones that I have also, so I've done at least, well, technically I've done all these, but I did glitchless every percent. But I have run some glitchless Leah marriage, Abigail, who's also very fun, and Maru. Abigail and Maru, you can do some really fun, like crop manip stuff to get high quality crops. Like you can find one and then because you got a gold crop at a certain spot, you can find where it'll be like the next day, and so on and so on, based on the weird RNG patterns. So those were kind of fun to do all those. Turns out Stardew, even in non-glitch capacities, is very silly to speedrun. Right, there's Leo. And this will be a nice one just pathing-wise, because Maru lives at Robin's house. She's just like up in the top left corner there with her little robot workshop. So we don't even have to run anywhere after upgrading her house. We just kind of stand around and wait for her to pop outside. There's our favorite parrot. We unlock the rest of the island stuff. Already got all the golden walnuts we could ever need. So we'll just warp over and unlock Island West and get ourselves a key to the town. The fun part of this is kind of a running joke of when someone's like waiting around for a time gate in a speed run. You can't get into somewhere until like 9 a.m. or whatever, and it's like, well, hey runner, just go get key to the town, and we can truly fulfill that fantasy here. If you just get key to the town, you can get in anywhere you want. Glitchless and vanilla runners wish they could do this.
Truly, truly.
Skip the Mr. Key cutscene. We'll just leave him alone. We don't need to bother him. He's doing something mysterious and arcane. Who knows?
Yeah. Once again, our Four Corners farm has the farmhouse just a little bit closer. So nice.
Getting to hear the nice spring music as we run up here. Same little...
Is spring your favorite theme?
That's a good question. There's some really good summer music, too. I'm trying to think of those, of like the various like overworld seasonal ones. Which one is the best? Oh, yeah, I'm not sure on music on which of the various themes I like the best. Just like the season-wise, like fall is so pretty in this game. It's kind of unfortunate we don't get to see the rest of the seasons. But like, just like real life, it's like very pretty when all the trees change and all that stuff.
Fall has some bangers. Raven's Descent, I believe.
True.
It's a good one.
I will say the volcano music, we don't get to go in there. It's so far away from the, where we get to on the island. Not really, but volcano music is real good if you've never gotten to that part of the game. Oh yeah, we're just hanging out here for Maru.
Look at her working on her robots.
Just making her little robots. We'll skip through all those cutscenes, but you do get a lot of lore about her making a robot, and spoilers, like, becomes sentient and then it goes off into space to live its own life. It's a whole thing. Look at her
I feel like
tinkering.
Mara would be pumped about girls make games.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
feel like she would appreciate that.
She for sure
Yeah.
would. Abigail would. She's a gamer herself. We
Mhm.
again.
Oh, that's so true. You're so
Skip through the
right.
cutscene, but you do get to play Journey of the Prairie King with her. She's got her little like home console set up, and the one cutscene you go and you can like actually play the mini game with her, and it's very cute and good.
Oh wow, that's so cool. I didn't know that was like a thing you could actually play the game, because I know there's the like arcade cabinet in the bar. I didn't know
Yeah.
you got to play it outside of that.
Yeah, there's like the one I think it's Abigail 2 art cutscene. Like whenever you walk into the general store, spawns and she's like, "Hey, come play a game with me." I don't remember the whole dialogue tree, but here's Mario. She's great. Alright, 2 more of those. See if I can count to 8 correctly. Accidentally talk to her an extra time. She's so happy. And then
She's so cute the way she clasps her hands.
know.
It's seriously
It's so
so
good.
cute.
It's like
Yeah, I love
one of my
Mario.
favorite little portrait things is when she does the little hand clasp.
Mhm.
Incredible stuff. Thank you, Concerned Dave. Sleep out here, day 3 in the rain as always.
So
And-
romantic.
How romantic. Surely, yeah. And I'm gonna walk directly into this door because this is her room. We can now use that since we're at 2 hearts with her. Right at 6 a.m. Hey, would you marry me? Yeah, for sure. Look at that. She's so excited. It's very good. See ya in 3 days. We will not be talking to her for those 3 days. But I think we'll
We're
check
back with
after
the
this.
speedrunner feng shui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I did accidentally talk to her, I think that does move the needle just barely on the friendship points. After the wedding, I think we're in the clear on she'll still like us. We'll have to give that a quick check after this cutscene. Look
Yeah,
at
we can test it.
She's got her own little bow situation. We're in a randomly rolled outfit, of course. This feels like some people, I guess, in a casual playthrough do like get dressed up for the wedding, but like this feels right of just like a classic Stardew experience. If you're in whatever outfit you just have on and you show up at the wedding.
As always, Marnie's pumped.
We get the classic things are going to be different, but the future's looking bright. Little notification. She's hanging out right here. Oh no, she does dislike us. Rip.
Oh, she's still mad.
She hates us.
Sorry, Maru.
Sorry, Mara. Maybe we'll do
I
better
mean,
with
I'd
Penny.
be a little upset if you proposed and then just kind of ignore me for 3 days in a row.
I do think that's valid and fair. They're in the right, to be clear.
They're planning the entire wedding and you won't even talk to them.
I don't know that if I said, hey, I'm going to start planning our wedding, and for the whole duration of planning the wedding, my fiance just was like, hey, no, I'm like I'm going to be fully no contact. I don't think I would go through with that wedding, maybe.
I'm going to be sleeping for the next 3 days.
Mhm.
I'm not going to make a single decision.
Yeah, thanks. Have fun playing the wedding. I'm going to sleep for 3 days straight, just for fun.
You open their front door and it's just the foot of their bed is right there.
Mhm.
And they're in it.
Maybe you could spin it romantically, like, wow, I just couldn't wait, Christmas Eve style, like waiting for the next day.
Yeah.
Just had to get to sleep right
So-
away.
Some true time travel right there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, so Penny is our last, like, classic marriage speedrun. And then we got Krobus after this, though. And he'll be a little bit different. But, you know, classic style, we're going to do all the usual things. Get ready for marrying Penny within, like, a week of moving to town. Completely normal. Everything, as we've established, all the various components of speedrunning marriage in this game are just like real life and are completely normal.
Normal like your name, yeah.
Yeah, it's all normal and good.
Exactly.
Yeah, like really, what's the character gonna do? Yell at me? Like it would take them so long to say my name to get upset with me for skipping through our whole wedding planning.
Is this our last trip to the Walnut Room?
It is, yeah, because we've just got
Yeah, that's exciting.
this Penny marriage, we got a Krobus roommate situation, and then we got the Joja Theater to complete. And we don't need to
Yeah,
go manually
those are
buy Key to the
different.
Town for those.
Mm-hmm.
Penny also has a nice
Bye,
quick
Walnut
schedule.
Room.
Bye, Walnut Room. Bye, Mr. Key. Thank you for all of your help. Yeah, Penny should just be pretty much walking across town to go sit under the nice tree in the middle of town when we get done upgrading our house at Robin's. So, classic style, we're just going to wait here and get in everybody's way. Robin,
Well, you're getting in their way.
Yeah.
Can I get in your way?
Go. You're not in my way at all, but yes, you may.
I'm working on my segues.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, I was just reminding folks as we're kind of winding down this run, as much fun as it has been. You know, we've been making a call out for who some of our favorite villagers are. So if you do want to make a donation, make sure to type ! donate in chat to get the link to our Tiltify page where you can make a direct donation. We obviously have our amazing incentives in Bid Wars. So we have the color Bid War happening, and then we have that bonus race mode that hasn't been seen in a lot of events or really anything before. That's going to be one of our incentives. So check those out. Head over to our Tiltify page, and then when you're checking out, you just have to click add a poll, and that's what gets you into our Bid War.
So we're just cutting through town here. Go and find Penny. Yeah, there she is. Like we saw in
There
one of the
she
other earlier
is.
runs. Right here. She is the nice
We
little...
love a bachelorette with a nice schedule.
We truly do. Emily could never.
Oh,
Leah also absolutely not.
Leah could never.
Everybody has
They're
a type.
artists.
My type is very timely.
Yeah. In this scenario, absolutely. So we're just gonna go sleep outside of her house. So we can pop in here right at 6:10 as soon as we got the fully upgraded house to prove our love. It's like we've really got our life together here on day 4 of living in the valley. It's time to get married.
Oh.
Get serious for once.
I like that you still get the little alert sound even from the tent. You can like hear
Mhm.
that your house has been upgraded.
Yeah, you're nowhere near it, but just letting you know, the house is upgraded.
You sense it. Yeah.
This is gonna be our last wedding ceremony. Chat, I hope you've enjoyed this and you've gotten to see whoever your favorite bachelor or bachelorette is in the game. Or maybe you're excited for Krobus here coming up.
I'm excited for Krobus.
Krobus, he's so good. And he does the funniest thing.
Y'all
in
are
the
going to
run.
love it. It's so good. Y'all are going to love it.
This. We can now kiss to seal our love. Alright, last traditional marriage. Marnie is excited as ever. Jazz and Vincent still in a staring contest of some sort. Robin Demetrius dancing. It's the ceremony, not the reception. So that's fine. They're in love and it's cute. Alright, see ya, Penny. We gotta go see our special little guy, Krobus.
Woohoo!
So this we're actually
Krobus
swapping
time.
back to the kind of more the mail inject. Little guy. Less than 3. So yeah, we're putting those pastes in our name. We're naming the farm Krobus. Robin's going to give us stuff in our name. This one will be a little different because to get to Krobus, key to the town doesn't work. We need the key into the sewer. And I'm not about to unlock the museum or the sewer via donating stuff to the museum the normal way. This is a glitched run. We're just going to inject it through the mail, which is, I will say, going to cause a minor complication optimization-wise, but we'll get to that in just a second. So first thing we're going to do, like we saw in the Joja run, fastest way to get Into town is the warp to the beach, pop up here, and the sewer is right here. We have mail injected the key for access to the sewer into here, and we're just going to go say hi to Krobus. That has made him someone we've met, so then the next time we read the mail, it'll have an inject that'll set him to full hearts, but we have to know him for that to work. So the next time we pop out, we'll read the mail again, and that'll fix that situation. We've injected the 450 wood for a little minor optimization, so that we can not have to buy the wood. We can just go immediately to upgrading the house. We do still have to do this one last time, but yeah, we've sped this up microseconds, so that helps a little bit. We do get to see Robin this one more time, even though we're done with the walnut room and the wedding ceremonies. We've also got the Void Ghost Pendant, which is special to Krobus because he's perfect and special. And you have to get that once you've reached full hearts with him. It starts being available at the Desert Trader. You have to get, I think it's 200 Void Essence. Does that sound right, Leela?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
that's exactly before, right?
So usually, the whole first part of this in Vanilla and Glitchless is get 60 artifacts and minerals for the museum to get the sewer key. And that's the bulk of the run. But then you do, actually, usually what you do is you can buy 10 per day, and it actually works out that gifting him and buying the 10 Void Essence gets you to the point where you have the 200 you can trade for the Void Ghost Pendant. So that actually works out. I've not run Krobus unseated. I did do a seated Krobus run that's very fun because you know what the contents of all the geodes is going to be and where to get them. That's really good. I enjoy it a lot. So, we've upgraded our house. Instead of camping outside somewhere, we're just going to warp back home. We'll move the bed, just for fun.
Oh, this one we're actually sleeping in our house.
There's the day 2 rain that's messed up on this file. Yeah, we're actually sleeping in our house. Day 3 sun, a thing that you should never see normally. And now, our house is upgraded. We'll move this here. Gonna read the mail again. That gives us some speed buffs and this warp to the ocean. So that has given us one of these things, has told us that we're now best friends with Krobus. But we do still have to give him the Void Ghost Pendant to invite him into our home to be our bestie. So we're going to do that. And he's going to, in turn, do the funniest thing possible, which is say our full government name. So we're going to get to see the whole set of pastes here. I'm going to spam click through it pretty quickly, but we're seeing a lot of like action. So there's like a % sign, action, and then something happens. 2% signs is like the end limiter of it. So we're going through these in order of the pace, and it's community centers first. So you're seeing a lot of like if farm name CC and days played something, 2 equals 2 there. Then it'll do a bunch of these actions. So what's happening with the community center pace is each time we read the mail, that's like a new day technically, because we increment the days played counter. So like first time we read the mail, it's the start of a file. It's days played equals 1. We read the mail, it increments that. So then the next time we go to read the mail, the game thinks it's days played count equals 2. And we're using that if check to say if it's days played equals 2 and the farm name is CC, give us all these items, do all these different things. So that's how we're setting all the various things. Not every file uses that days played thing. If you only have to read the mail once, it's no big deal, but a lot of them do. So it's kind of a generic thing we do, and pretty much all of them is like the very last thing that's actually not qualified by farm name is it pretty much always increments the number of days played. The other thing, so there's add item, there's remove item, there's also mail received. So the way the game tracks a lot of the different like game state things is it sends you, it sets a mail flag is what it's called. It's like not actually a real piece of mail necessarily, but it like kind of puts it into your game save as like as if you'd received a piece of mail that's called a specific thing, and that's how it tracks like if certain things have happened, if you've seen certain cutscenes or unlocked certain things. So something like the community center, we never actually see the like little quest to open the community center. Normally you have to wait until day 5 and you enter town and you get this cutscene with Lewis where he's like, hey, here's the rundown community center, and one of the little like forest spirit Junimos is running around in the background. And he's like, oh, we must have a rat problem. But you try to read one of the plaques. It's in a special text, and you're like, oh, these are forest spirits, actually. And you go talk to the wizard about it. So there's like this whole quest line, and each step of that is tracked as like a piece of mail of like, oh, you can now read Junimo text, is what the one's called. So we just like inject that, set that. We can immediately, day one, get into the community center. We can read the Junimo text. We can just start donating stuff. We've gotten through, so it's like community center, and then it's all the bundles. So, well, it's community center, it's the restoration stuff. So like the Joja, the boat, the missing bundle. We're now up to the bulletin board in the bundles, which is like 4 out of 6. So we're trucking on through. There's not bespoke sections for the marriage. We're only doing item injects like the usual way. Through that, where it's just you set your name to include like bracket, then the item ID, then the closing bracket. And anytime someone says your name, like Robin does in the opening cutscene, it gives you that item. Through like casual play, you might have heard of like that item injection glitch where you can like go and do that. Like you go to Marnie, you name a chicken, left bracket, 74 right bracket, and when she says, "Hey, I hope your new chicken has a good home," it gives you a prismatic shard, say, for that item number 74. It's kind of that same idea. So that's the whole pace we're using, all 1,800 lines of it. The Krobus just said out loud as he's like, hey, thank you, player name. I sure will move in 3 days. But that's the rundown of what we're seeing.
Remind us that was the player's name. Yeah, that whole thing was the play. That whole story, that whole journey.
Yeah,
was the player's name.
And imagine
player's
seeing that
name and the guide to the run.
Yeah, seeing that 3 to 4 times every wedding cutscene would be how that would play out. Oh no, he doesn't like us. Hold on.
Oh, Krobus is mad. Oh, just as a treat.
Just a little treat.
Just as a treat.
Okay, so we're coming up. This is the last run, and it actually ends pretty quickly after it starts. So we're coming up on time here in just a second. I'll paste this in. I'm going to set the farm name to Theater. This is the Joja Theater. The variant of the missing bundle that we saw earlier. Going to show that it's not seeded, because of course we wouldn't want to manipulate the game in any way.
No.
So we're going to see Robin, we're going to talk to her, we're going to cancel out of this cutscene, and timing ends for the whole run as soon as we read the mail. Here in a second, because technically that is when the Joja movie theater is complete. We inject the game state that says, hey, the movie theater is complete, and that happens when we read the mail here in 2-3 seconds here. So timing will end there. But we do still need to verify that that's done as part of the Joja community or the Joja movie theater run. So fastest way is to warp up to the mountains. And we gotta go prove we actually did something. And right here. The Joja movie theater is complete, and so is our glitched every percent run.
GG.
Woohoo.
All right, yeah.
All right, any shout outs?
Yeah, absolutely. Leela, you want to go first on shout outs, and I'll close it out?
Shout out, just telling, is that just when I say who I am?
Yeah, say who you are, where to find you, shout out to anyone else in the community that got you here. However it is.
Yeah, so I go by Leela Lapine here on Twitch. I usually do vanilla Stardew speedruns, and I just really appreciate you giving me the chance to be a part of this. It was so cool and so fun to watch, so thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. It was a delight to have you. It was fun. Like, this is a good sampler platter of all the runs, so it's nice to just like kind of talk about what they look like in the other different categories, since we saw basically all of them. So,
yep.
On my end, shout out to everyone in the Carp Surprise group chat who enabled me to do very silly Stardew runs like this. Love that. Obviously, Binary Breakers mentioned. Shout out to that community. Just a great group that's I just get inspired by a lot. It's really cool. Check out Stardew speedruns. Would be my kind of shout out to everyone watching this. There's all kinds of very short runs, like any individual one of these you could do. And it's very easy. Just go check out like one of the runs, find what you need to paste into your name, figure out what they do. Or there's like lots of good short meme runs. You can go drink mayo really fast, which is cursed but very funny. This is using a lot of glitch tech. I mentioned Alexa, who I like various runs of hers that I've kind of picked through how those pastes work. Like her glitched True Perfection run that's like 2 hours to complete. kind of a what should be a many hour speed run. Like a lot of the very specifics of the glitch tech on how to like check the farm name and things. I got from her or Demonic Mermaid. Those two, kind of big in the glitch scene. What little there is in Stardew. I think that's all I got. But thanks for everyone for having me here.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was an amazing run. And chat, please show some love. Go follow Zachary and Leela. This was amazing. Thank you again. Okay, everyone, thank you again. We had that amazing Stardew run. So again, thank you to Zachary20XX for that. That was fantastic. I love the cozy vibes. Just so happy to like have that kind of kick off my weekend. And while I am kicking off my weekend, that also means I am wrapping up my shift as host. But luckily for me, I already have our next host, Bonnie Nipples, here with me. So Bonnie, I have a question. What run are you looking forward to?
Why, it just so happens I'm looking forward to Metroid Dread, and according to my wrist that doesn't have a watch, it's going to be coming up right after we're done with our little transition here. So I'm super excited for that. Seriously, Metroid Dread was one of my most anticipated games of 2021. It's been 20 years in the making, as it is a direct sequel to Metroid Fusion, which came out in 2002. So it was like, yeah, like 19 years and some change. And turned out it was really good. It lived up to pretty much all my expectations built up over the years. So I'm really excited to see Root Origin blast through it, as well as
I was about to say we get a little bit of extra because there's a
yeah,
boss
we get
rush
a
too.
thanks to everyone's generous donations, we are going to see a boss rush at the end of it. That's going to be super exciting as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Then tomorrow, I'm also going to be hosting for Clair Obscure Expedition 33, which I am actually in the middle of playing right now. It is so good. I'm really looking forward to seeing how a speedrun of that plays out as well. So yeah, lot of exciting games coming up.
Are you the first host or are you the closer for Claire Obscura?
I am the first host, and I have been like on a rampage the past like 3 weeks, like trying to like blast through as much of the story as possible so I don't get the end
Get too
spoiled for
spoiled,
me.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
and
ask, like, are you gonna host with your eyes closed or something to avoid the spoiler?
I don't think it's going to be necessary. I think the handoff is going to be right as I pretty much where I have gotten to as of last night.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, I've been busy. It's been consuming literally all my free time.
Oh gosh, I bet, I bet. I will say for me, I am super excited for. I love anytime there is a Kingdom Hearts run. My partner and I are both big Kingdom Hearts fans, and I don't think I've ever seen an all puzzles run. So
I don't.
Sunday, it's kind of right before it's the second to last run is going to be Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix all puzzles with Poggy 713.
Oh,
So that is
Podgy.
one I am stoked for.
I have never seen a all puzzles run either. And yeah, Podgy, we like to go Podgers for him. He's been someone I've hosted for a couple of times here with the No Glitch Still Allowed crew. So always good to see him come do another run here for us.
Well, speaking of runs, I want to get out of your way so we can get some Metroid going. So, Bonnie, I'm going to leave it all over to you.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Starwind. All right. Big shout outs to Starwind there. Freaking legendary host coming in for that ultra cozy Stardew Valley run. Now, hello everyone! Now, if you didn't hear before, I am your host here at Completithon 2025, Bonnie Dimples, and I am super jazzed to be here raising funds for Girls Make Games, who believe in providing every girl and woman with the opportunity to discover their potential and talents through gaming and game development. With your donations, we're able to contribute directly to the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund that provides girls and women with the resources and opportunities to pursue careers in gaming throughout GMG's many programs, such as their college scholarships, their summer camp scholarships, and their new mentorship and internship programs. They are a wonderful charity doing wonderful things here, and every dollar you donate to them will help make these scholarships just that much better for these girls. So please get your donations in. We in fact have a couple of incentives to maybe entice you a bit to get those donations in. Like we said before, we already hit the Metroid Dread Rush incentive, which it's very incredible. Thank you all so much for that. That put us almost 70, I think over now, 75% of the way towards our initial goal here. That is super exciting. Thank you again so much for that. But later tonight, we still have the Super Monkey Ball 3D Monkey Race Showcase. We need to hit $1,950 if we're going to see that. And I like monkeys. I'm sure you like monkeys too. Let's show off them monkeys. And 1950. That's a fine enough number. I think we can do better than that. Let's make it just straight 2K by the end of the night. I think we can do it. In addition to that, we also have the Levelhead GR18 Color Bid War. What color would you like your cute little robot? We got gold, green, blue, and fuchsia, with fuchsia being in the lead with $25 here. And that's a lovely shade of fuchsia. But if you would like to see it in any other color, well, now is your chance to make your voice heard. Now, next up, we have the long anticipated sequel to Metroid Fusion. As I mentioned before, it was 20 years in the making. It is Metroid Dread. Now, this time around, Samus has some rogue robots that need a good romping. And naturally, she's going to have a rough go of it at the start by losing all of her gear. So, what's an intergalactic bounty hunter to do? Well, luckily, we're going to get to the root of this issue with the one and only Root Origin showing all prospective Galactic Federation Marines how it's done. And also, as mentioned, we have that uh, boss rush incentive that has already been met thanks to your generous donations after the run as well. So thank you once again for that. It's going to be a super missile of a run, and it's going to be coming up to you in just a few moments. So don't go anywhere. Now, for those of you just joining us, this is Completithon 2025. All hundo, all the time. Completeathon is a charity event dedicated to completionist speedruns. This includes 100% all collectibles or even categories where you collect all of a specific collectible, such as all red berries or all shrines, just to name a few. If you're interested in getting involved or finding out more, make sure to join our Discord and follow us on Twitter to get updates about future events. Now, while we are setting up for Metroid Dread here, I would like to ask chat. You are looking awfully cute tonight. How are you doing? How got anything you are looking forward to coming up in the schedule? You all still comfy from that Stardew Valley run? Got any particular runs that have already passed that you would like to just to chat about? I would love to hear it. I have been quite busy this week, so I have not had a chance to see most of the marathon. So if chat would like to get me up to speed, that would be lovely. If you are liking what you're seeing here at Completeathon, well, perhaps you would like to see the staff here do their thing again at No Glitches Allowed, because several members of the Completeathon team also work on staff for NGA, which is an event that features glitchless and no major glitches speedruns. This event typically takes place in the spring, so feel free to follow us here at twitch.tv/slash no glitches allowed and at noglitches.bsky.social on Blue Sky, as well as join our Discord for announcements so that you won't miss out when our next Completethon event takes place. I've been working with them for a few years now, and it is always a treat. So please, yeah, if you are interested, the more the merrier! Exclamation point Discord in chat. So, chat, did you know that while women make up nearly half of the gaming population, less than 24% of game developers in the US are women? Girls Make Games was created to address that gender gap and create a space for girls to explore the world of video games. To date, nearly 25,000 girls in 160 cities and 22 countries have accessed game dev workshops, summer camps, and tutorials. GMG's published titles have been downloaded over 190,000 times on partner platforms like PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Creators Program, Steam, and Google Play. By inspiring girls to engage with STEAM through the fun and creativity of game design, we're creating a world where girls have the chance to discover their potential through gaming and game dev. Once again, they are a wonderful charity doing wonderful things, and every dollar you donate towards them will go towards these scholarships and just make things even better for them. So please, by all means, exclamation point donate in chat. All right, folks. We are just about set here for Metroid Dread with Root Origin. It's going to be a heck of a time. That's coming up right now. Let's go, Root.